Non-verbal communication. Key concepts. Non-verbal communication. Telling others what we are thinking or feeling or planning by some recognised body movement. It can be unconscious or conscious. Body language. Communicating something physically with our body, our movements, gestures, touching, etc. Facial expressions. Communicating something through the movement of the muscles in the face, for example by moving eyebrows, lips, eyes, etc. Core theory. Social learning theory. The theory argues that non-verbal communication is a learnt behaviour, nurture, rather than natural, nature. The theory is about how a person's behaviour with, towards and around others develops as a result of observing and imitating others, both consciously and unconsciously. The key concepts are observation, imitation, reinforcement, role models, and punishment. We observe others all the time, but we only imitate the behaviours of significant others who act as our role models. They are either caring, in authority, or similar to ourselves. If this behaviour is then strengthened, reinforced through a reward, we are likely to behave this way again. If it is punished, we are less likely to behave this way again. So, it's suggested that this can be applied to non-verbal communication. We learn body language and facial expressions through observing and imitating role models, and through being shaped by either rewards or punishments. Cultural variation. According to this theory, we should see cultural differences as we learn from those around us, which is different in each culture. In France, people greet each other by kissing cheeks 3 times and use say hello and goodbye. In Brazil, the custom is to shake hands with everyone in a group when meeting or leaving, and for women to exchange kisses twice if they are married and 3 times if they are single. In Saudi Arabia, if you are female, no body contact is made at all when meeting others. Criticisms. The theory doesn't explain why some behaviours persist even when they have been punished. It suggests that we can learn new ways of communicating non-verbally, but some people have real difficulties with this. The theory doesn't explain why children brought up in the same environment have different ways of communicating non-verbally. It ignores the effect of nature on non-verbal communication. Alternative theory. The evolutionary theory. This theory supports nature. It suggests that we are born with the instinct to survive and reproduce, and so over time we've evolved to pass on characteristics and behaviours that help us to achieve these 2 goals. If we apply this to non-verbal communication, then we would say that certain forms of non-verbal communication have evolved to help survival and reproduction. This was more important before humans developed spoken language. In terms of survival, certain gestures and expressions work by warding off potential enemies or threats, baring teeth, reducing conflict or threat, allowing people to cooperate so that they can help each other to survive, touching people to reassure them. In terms of reproduction, certain gestures and expressions work by allowing people to flirt with each other, eyes widening, making a person more attractive to the opposite sex, men puffing out their chests, helping people to communicate within a relationship, using open body language,